Hello one and all, and welcome back to my channel for another video. This video is going to be a review of the TT Combat ruins and building terrain. I've done this video just now and I had to redo it because halfway through the video it seems it was possessed by a demon of Nurgle and my voice went really odd. Okay, so second take on this. As you can see, I have some ruined terrain here. Now I will attach a link to TT Combat's website down below, so you can actually have a look at this stuff on their actual website. Now what we have here is one set of ruins. This is one item. Then we have these 4 items here. You will notice some GW bits over here I'm putting on for extra detail, but all in all this is laser cut MDF terrain. What's nice about it is, one, you get lots of little details. Now this stuff might not look that detailed, but I'm sure once you paint it and wash a bit the detail will come out because it's actually slightly cut into the actual terrain piece. And then you also have these 1mm or 2mm cardboard bits, which gives a bit more of a third dimension to the actual pieces. You see that, like more detail. My thoughts quickly on this terrain is it's actually quite nice. You know what? For scale purposes, here is a Mach 3 resin marine, and here is a Primaris marine. You see a size difference between them two. So obviously it fits all of your stuff. Now up here you could easily fit like an IG heavy weapon team, or over here you could easily fit 2, 1 or 3, and so forth. So just to give you a bit of an idea about the actual scale of the models, let me bring out another building I have here. This is the Servitalis, so kind of like an office building, I suppose, like a government office building. You'll see the actual detail work on this is even better than the actual ruins. Just to give you an idea. Now this stuff you can assemble it so that it comes apart. You'll see these parts here, over there, and also over here. The entire bit is made to come apart and easily slot back together. Now what I've done is I've just glued it. Just because I'm not using I won't be using the interior bits, but over there you do actually get some interior detail. I don't know if the camera will really capture all of the detail in there. But yeah, so you have that interior detail. There are little bits that you can break out over there for ladders, just to decorate the inside as well. Then besides this one, I also have this one here. Let me just bring it out. The officium, or the office, again, for a sense of the actual scale. I mean, it's quite a large building. Now all of this stuff was actually fairly cheap for what you get. Very well detailed, goes together very well cut. I haven't had any issues about actual problems putting it together, that something doesn't go somewhere or something is a little off. Everything fits together perfectly. The only issue I had with this was actually the detail work. Now this stuff isn't okay, you can see like all this stuff that's grayed out, that's the 1 or 2mm card that's on top of the MDF cardboard. Now this stuff is not needed. It's not 100% like you need to put on your building. It is very nice. It gives it a lot more detail. It gives it a lot more presence. I don't see why you wouldn't. The only issue with it was it's quite flimsy. You get very dirty working with it. As you can see, my fingers already. The stuff stinks when you decide to wash your hands for some reason unknown. But yeah, besides that, the stuff is actually very, very nicely put together, very detailed. Gives the building a lot more character rather than just like base bits here. You have like the eagles and all of that. And yeah, it gives a bit more of a third dimension. It's like I said, it's not 100% needed, but you can do it if you want to, and I don't see why you wouldn't. The buildings itself, they go, I mean, like this one went up in about half an hour. These two, well, this one maybe like 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes. It's all the stuff went up quite quickly. The problem was the actual detail work. This stuff took ages. One of these buildings, like the detail work, set me back hours. It's very fiddly, very easy to tear. You don't want to tear it. You also need to figure out where what goes. That brings me on to my next point, the actual assembly instructions for this stuff. You don't get with the stuff. Okay, so you'll just get one picture, front mount picture. You might know what's going on, you might not know what's going on. The actual assembly instructions are on their website. You have to download those. A lot of the stuff is pretty straightforward, but then you'll notice that some bits you might have not put 100% correctly. Like over here, these support struts were supposed to go over here, and there's another support strut that goes over there, but by the time I figured it out, I'd already glued these in. I didn't want to tear them apart. So I have a blank hole over here, which I'm going to have to fill. There's another strut that goes down like so. And that's the only thing I had that I didn't assemble properly on these buildings, otherwise that's it. As for the actual quality, I've said before, very, very nice. Straightforward, easy to assemble. You get more than your money's worth, that's without a doubt. I'm actually quite glad I spent the money on this stuff. I know I'm going to use it. I've seen more expensive buildings that are a lot worse in quality and more expensive in price. So that wraps up my quick review of these buildings. One thing I just want to ask you is, give me your feedback, give me your comments, maybe invite other people to like the channel, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video, what else you would like to see. Do you want to see some reviews, some games, maybe just a fat chat, whatever. Yeah, so just give me your thoughts and we'll take it from there. Until next time, cheers.